Hi, everybody. How you doing? Hmm. Can everybody hear okay? Let me see if this is working. Yeah. Hi, Nigel. Henry. Oh, good. Donald. Oh, great. Great. Hi, Ben. Oh, Nicholas. How are you? Owen. Steve. The rancher. Graham. How you doing, Graham? Change your watch. Ah, okay. I I've been I Kirk, I can't wear my watch all the time. Oh, okay. Let me tell you the response to I guess is correct me if I'm wrong on this. Kirk told me how to pronounce etude. Is that correct? Etude instead of etude, like etude Brutus, something like that. Is that this is my Chanel. Hey, Steve. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okie doke. Nicholas, good to see you. You got any news for us or anything you'd like to tell us? One thing, we'll be sending out the our our transfers. I hope as soon as tomorrow, and so we'll be able to get in those invoices that that you and that Rutenlanen and Caton and also Matu had. Um, so only I tell you, we have had just a huge response to the watch. Um, anyhow, um, hi hater. Okay, let me give you the report as best I can. Um, the response we had was such that I think after early yesterday morning we were filled up, and I've got 3 emails here, and I'll bet all 3 of them are people who want to get involved in the project and haven't been able to. I've gotten all kinds of suggestions that one has said, well, why don't you do it like the MBNF watch and have a lottery and all kinds of different things like that. So this is our first time having our second watch out where people know who we are and know that the watch that they're going to get is way, way over uh, what they can get otherwise. I think people have become aware of that. So that's a very good thing. Let me check here. I got to get my notes up, make sure I cover everything. Um, yeah. Okay. What I've done on this, I've set up a standby list, and so um, Benny is I don't know if the word is convinced or concerned. Either one would be true that that a lot of the people are going to be, once they get their transfer request, they're going to bolt. That may happen, but we've got so many backups, the whole bunch of them could bolt, and we'd have enough more. In fact, we'd probably have an overage. and people are not happy with me because never mind. And these people are like haranguing me like it's something, like I've got, like a Taylor Swift ticket or something. So that's like, oh boy. Anyway, okay, so it's off to a big kickoff. Uh, what I did is that I tried to even them all out, and I tried to have 33 for Europe, 33 for the US, and 34 for Asia, Australia, and Canada. Um, and like I said, they're all filled up, and I think the US is overfilled. Europe maybe too. But I've got to finish all of that up today. I sent Benny a spreadsheet, and he's got to cut it down some more. What I did was that if a Lyrique member had recommended somebody, um, we want to keep them there, because if one of us recommended them, it's a pretty good shot that they're going to be reliable. And so, but otherwise, it's really gone over big. Um, Clyde suggested that we do this if we don't make the nominations this year. What we do with our Grand Prix watch we're creating is to have an auction and auction it off, and put the money into the Lyrique kitty. And so to do that, um, great, uh, Sean. I'll get to that in a second. That's really good. Um, we have the new people who are they're not joining Lyrique yet, but that's another thing we got to figure out. Is that um, there's just a huge amount. I think if we had the auction, we could do pretty well. Now, this leads to the next issue. Oh, wait a minute. What was his reaction? Oh, we're waiting for that, Nicholas. Nico. I'll try to meet him during. Oh, great. Oh, great. That would be Watches and Wonders. I think one of our new members, Nicholas, is also going to be there. His name is Michael. Let me see what Michael's. See, it starts with a K. Let me see. Michael Kolb. There's a new guy named Michael Kolb. He would be a great guy to meet, believe me. Uh, really, really quite a guy. Hey, Tourbillon. Is there a way to confirm we're on the list? Communicated several weeks ago that I wanted to watch. I received an email that sounds like I wasn't already on the list. Who is this? Steve? Steve? I don't know. You know, yeah, Cobb. You're right, Rancher. Um, Stephen Brown, is that right? Tourbillon, is that correct? Because the thing is, Kirk. Oh, it's Andrew. Oh, Andrew. Yes, Andrew. Okay, that's right, Andrew. I think I had. Yes, Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. Um, no, we decided we didn't like you, so you don't get one. I think you signed up for two, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Andrew? So you ought to be okay. Uh, had the same question as Tourbillon. I responded to Kirk to say that I'm interested for one watch a couple of weeks ago. Kirk, let me see. Hang on a second. Let me just US pitch. Okay. Who is that? Young. Young. Yeah, Young, you're on there, Donald. You're on there too. Yeah, you got both of you got one. So you guys are in good shape, as far as I can tell. We have, let's see, um, Andrew signed up for two. Don Jones signed up for one. Paul Monastic signed up for one. Robert Mueller for one. Mart Nagy for two. Um, Young Paddock for one. Arpaic. I'm sorry about pronunciation. I'm very sorry about that. I'm terrible at it. Uh, Beverly Russell for one, me for one, Manuel for one, and Steve for one. Those are all of the Lyrique members who signed up, and then the other ones are all filled up. Yikes! In fact, they're overfilled. God, I've got to cut it down. There more there than we. I've got it cut. It's 37, and that doesn't count the standbys. And I got to cut it to 33. So of course the people who are Lyrique members will have priority, and none of them are going to be cut. Clyde, you had one too. Kirk had one. Okay. Yeah, Sean, you're down for one. Hang on a second. Yeah, what I did, I had there were some people I didn't have I put a little LM next to people who were Lyrique members, and then the rest were the everybody else. So anyway, so I'm gonna after this meeting, I'm gonna finish up the list I will send to Kirk, and I'll be sending Kirk and Paul and Benny all of the sheet that we send out for transfers, and it's a PDF file. It's just like the ones last time, except we only have 3 this time. And so once we do that, we should be having. And what I've got to do, I've got to clear out that bank account because I don't want to get mix my dwindling fortune with everybody else's in that. By the way, too, that reminds me, Mike is working on getting our a bank account, and what he's trying to do now. Again, he's trying to do the same thing I've been trying to do. He wants to have a for his bank account for admin assist, and then he wants to have another one for Lyrique. Um, in the same account until we get the Sandlight, Swiss Sandlight set up. Um, so never a dull moment. It's a good thing no crisis occurred within the banking sector. So that's so that'll hurry things up. Yeah, Kirk, that's right. We learned a lot last time. For the people from overseas, the one that worked the best was Wise. That worked great. And for the US, if you're in the US and transferring in the US, Zelle worked. It was the cheapest and the fastest, and that worked really well too. So um, we'll be kicking that off. I mean, we've already sort of done it. I think once the dust settles on this, then we'll get everybody's full address and everything else. Some questions that I've got for everybody, like we have the 6801 group. I'm going to put up another Facebook page for the Lyrique 2 group, and these are just for people who are getting a watch, which means everybody who got a watch or who's going to get one. Um, I'm going to wait just a little while, not long. Now maybe I'll do it right away. And that's so that, like I said, Benny is convinced that maybe only 80% of the people are going to transfer. I don't know if that's true or not. Last time it wasn't. We had no problem like that. Um, so what I think I've tried to do this time around is to point out that if you're going to make a transfer, don't expect to change your mind and get it back because we have all of these things that we have to help the in the casing and the movement and our designer. They have to get things geared up. Now we can wait a little on the pouches and on the dial and some other things. One of the things that Matthew had said, he said, before you agree to any kind of cost with oh, and again, Kirk, help me out on this. I keep mispronouncing it, Combaline, something like that. Anyway, I'll get it and I'll write it down somewhere so I say it correctly. The number one that was listed on Chrono 24 is no longer listed there. Does anyone know if it sold at that price? I don't know. I have no idea. There's another one that's listed for 28,000 on Belmont. Um, and I don't know. I do know that I've had a lot of people. What I think people really want is that they want to get a watch like ours at the price we got ours at, and if it's the same watch then yeah. Um, okay, it was both in the same places. You know, one thing, Nicholas, it was funny is that on the watch on Belmont had these great photographs, some of the best photographs of our watch I've seen. So I've been taking them off of there and using those pictures. Those been great, great pictures. Okay, let's see what else we got. So, I mean, right now the banking thing we'll use Sandlight's U.S. account for the first one, and that's basically a transfer of $3,300, which is 3,000 Swiss francs. The thing that I don't like, and that's somebody having to translate it from pounds to dollars and then from dollars to Swiss francs, but that's where we are right now. So we'll grin and bear it. And maybe it's just for the first transfer. And after this first transfer, um, we can send them right to Mike and send them in Swiss francs. So we'll see. Okay. Oh, bunch of things that there were about a million things that came up, and I'm trying to remember all of them. One of the things right now, what about the WhatsApp? Okay. We probably need a WhatsApp just for those people, sort of a little group, a WhatsApp group for just the people with Lyrique too. Now I know we have one up there, but it seems that everybody's doing that. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Kirk. Kirk's point is super important. And be sure to mention that when you send out our transfer notice. They Yeah, please do that. Y It's a lot of transfers on the first watch. I had to try to figure out who it was, because there was no indication. Now, we tried to do it with, the code names we have. We don't have code names this time. It's like I'll put everybody's together for them, but it's going to be pretty much the last name and then the first name, and that's going to be it because it became too hard to identify otherwise. And so that'll be another thing that'll be new on that. So uh, yeah, a member number. Yeah, what we're going to do, Hater, is to change that. I'm just gonna change it so that if there's more than 2 people named, what is it, Hater McGee, then we'll simply have one called 1 and one called 2 and so forth. Um, no, Clyde, please no, okay? First of all, it'll end it just I it would be trying to keep things straight for Kirk, but it's up to Kirk. If it's okay with Kirk, you know, I know it can be a hassle, so I don't know. What do you guys think? You want to 9,000 Swiss francs is about what about 9,900 bucks. So inflation is a hassle. Yeah, we never know which way it goes. With Credit Suisse and sort of iffy, something happened with them. Uh, Nicholas probably knows about that. You have to run down to his bank and give me my money back. I don't know. Risk if everything went belly up, send all at once. Yeah. Um, yeah. Kirk, good point. We don't have that many with multiple watches. Um, Chris in Australia has three. Um, Chris in Hong Kong has three. I think that's it. Some of you have two. I know that Andrew has two, and so does Mark, I believe. Mark Nagy. Yeah, Mark has two also. Um, but for the most part, the Lyrique members only have one. That sort of makes sense because we have Lyrique uh, A2 one, and so I got one instead of two also. But also this time, the reason I got two the first time was that I got one for GPHG. This time, we're going to get that. By the way, too, we got another thing. The uh, only watch project we're going to be going. We're sending a watch to that, and so what we're having as far as numbering the watches that we'll be getting is from 1 to 100. 00 for the only watch and 00 for the one going to GPHG. I'll talk to the guys at Bootenland and Caton and see if they can put something on the back case for a little special for only watch. Um, so that'll be that. Yeah. Um, okay. That's about all I can think of right now. Oh yeah, one other thing. Um, they want us to have a lottery for Etude number 3 already. I don't know about that. For Lyrique members, um, we'll have to figure that one out. But for right now, what if some members seem to have sort of drifted away? I mean, totally drifted away. Not only from they don't want a second watch, that's fine. But if they don't want a second watch, they don't want a third watch. I think there's some people that we might replace them with. Um, Simply they got their first watch and that was it for them. So, what do you think about that? Nigel, what do you mean by tie down the group membership? I think that if we're going to set it like at 50, let's say, um, which is a nice round number. Right now it's 51, but if we set it at 50, um, I think that any new members who come into Lyrique should be definitely vetted by one of the members and saying, "Hey, Joe's a good guy or Susie's a good woman to add to our group," rather than someone who is, randomly on a list or something. Yeah, that's true too. Uh, Graham, boy, Sean. I, oh, um, I don't know. We got another thing too. Um, we do have the names on the TM. Yeah, I think you're right, Owen. That makes a lot of sense. We'll see how things go. Um, oh, the trademark. Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Hater, thank you for reminding me. But we can update the trademark. All we got to do is send. Oh, let me see what his name is of our attorney is. Mark Christian, I guess. Mark Christian. We'll just send him a note and saying, "Hey, we got some new members." And they can be, I guess, they can be placed on they could be placed on the list as well. Yeah, that reminds me of another thing. I know Paul and Hader and Fadi, Fadi are, and who else? And Donald have been working to get a Swiss organization for us, a Swiss, I think what's it called, a six or cost plus. That was it, a cost plus 6% kind of thing or something, set up in Geneva or set up in Switzerland. And we did talk to an accountant about it, but I don't know where that is or what the status of it is right now. Um, I don't know. I think this banking deal is sort of with the Swiss Credit Suisse has shaken things up a little, and this may be be an issue. Yeah. Um, I think I know who you're talking about, Kirk. And that would be he would be uh, a great guy to add to it, I think. If we're thinking about the same person, if we're not, that's okay too. I'm thinking about auctioning off an Etude one and give a fair percentage back to Lyrique. Well, it's your watch. You guys can do whatever you want with it. Um, I sold mine, the extra one I had from the GPHG, to a friend who had seen it at the Watch Time show, and now is on a list for the new watch as well. What? Yeah, remember, we had some money left over from last time, and I cleaned out my bank account of everything we had, and I think it's somewhere around 14, 15,000 Swiss francs. All of it, Mike has it all. Um, and I gotta clean out my bank account again and put it somewhere else while we're now that we using it again. Rancher needs work on his material. Okay. All right. So let me see. Anything else I can think of? I'll probably think of some stuff. Uh, Paul is tripping the light fantango, the light fantastic in what is it called? La Vida Dulce. He's in Rome right now. He won't be back till Tuesday, and I'll have everything for him ready by then, so he can send out the his right away. Um, Boy, I tell you, I can't think of anything else right off the top of my head. I've been, it just seems like there's been raining stuff that's been going on, but if there's anything else that you can think of that you wanted to bring up, or it's things that we got to, think about or make a decision about, playing Gladiator, yeah. Oh, and yeah, but the only watch thing. One of the new participants is on the design faculty at some university in Sydney, Australia, and he's very interested in working with Owen and not Owen, but with uh, Martin, who's a doctor who's really done some stuff in muscular dystrophy for studying up the only watch. So that'll be sort of fun. Um, could allocate a number two. It wouldn't be the only watch. Well, we may get it back on that. Who knows? I get what we've done. We divided it up by 100, and everything we're paying for is for one of 102 watches, not 100, because we added the other two, one for GPHG and one for. Oh, by the way, one thing, just sort of since we got our knuckles wrapped for having what was for us was a realistic price in the last Grand Prix, this one is going to run us. We'll see, but it'll be close to 9,000. Maybe what we ought to do is simply put it up as triple that, so like we could put up the price as 27,000 Swiss francs. Does that sound like? I mean, last time we had it up as 9,500, and a lot of people thought that they could get it for that from one of us who was selling their extra ones. So I don't know. What do you guys have any thoughts on that? Oh no, 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 Owen, don't worry. No, we had. See, here's the thing: is that one of the things about the only watch is that it's got to be totally unique, and I think that I told Martin Bacon, he's the doctor who's really into this and has been trying to find out all the information for us. Um, the I would definitely want to have Matthew look at it and give it the nod. Don't worry about that. Hi, Benjamin. Yeah, I mean that's uh, Benny, that's a good deal, believe me. I mean, given the cost of it. For men's category, price probably is not a big deal. 25 sounds good. Oh, and 50,000 to, yeah. Yeah, I think if they see it for something like 27,000 or 25, if you like round numbers, um, if we had it at that, I think I think that, Kirk is right. If they see that kind of number, then the auction might be say, "Hey, this thing be really special to have." Okay, oh, wow. Sean, that's really great. I had no I didn't have either the patience nor the compunction when I got mine. I I spent my whole time at the, watch time show showing it off to everyone, and that was, it was really funny. That was when a guy said he wanted one in the worst way, and a lot of people who saw it were really happy with it. It's gonna be interesting to see what Ariel has to say. Yeah, that's really you know Yeah, Owen, that's true. The original strap is fine. I agree with that. Something else too, if I ever travel out of this country, out of the US, I'm putting on the original strap, and here's why. I don't wanna go through customs and have somebody say, "Ah, I see you have a endangered species or something. You somehow got the skin of a dodo bird," or whatever their, site says about it. And so, no, I'm not letting anything happen. Uh, this is my case. This is where I keep my original one, and this one it's a very nice one. And the fact that it has our name on the inside, it's really a great one. I just like the shiny gator strap. I also got another one. I got a brown one, a brown gator strap from ABP Concepts Paris. And I mean, there are all kinds of things we can do with it. I have no, I do like this one. By the way, too, this is something else too. We probably want to think about, and this is something I think we could talk with Matthew about. Have for our new watch, and a lot of aspects I think of our new watch is going to be sort of the design. They can be looking closer at the design. So maybe there's something that Protexo can do with their strap making to get a strap that would be more in line with our new watch that we need to find out about. And again, I think relying on Matu for that is important. Yeah. Okay. And I think maybe what we ought to do, we'll take up a collection of barbells for Hater. Lift them up. I gotta mine's the other way. I gotta lose weight to get them to fit right. Okay. Anything else anybody can think of that we need to talk about today? I will be putting up the the Facebook site for those who are getting a new watch. Um, I suppose I could put it up for all Lyrique members if you guys want, whatever you want to do on that one. But right now, I was thinking sort of trying to limit it to just the people who are getting the second watch, so that they're not, you know, we don't overwhelm anything on that. Any thoughts on that? Which way? I don't want to leave anybody out. Well, maybe there are a couple of people, but for the most part, not. Okay, well, listen then. I really don't have anything else other than getting everything ready. Um, okay. Okay. If great. Okay. Graham, thanks. We'll see you guys. And if you have any questions or anything you want a clarification on, just let me know. In the meantime, take care, be safe. Winter is almost over. Tomorrow is spring.